Hello everyone, welcome back to Co-Realize Future Blessings. Let's finish Herlock Sholmes' route. I think I'm going to record his last chapter, and then I'm also going to record his endings and probably put them out back to back so that way we can finish Sholmes' route. I just finished Gil from Cupid Parasite, so ending Sholmes as well would be, I think, a cool place to have both of the games that we're playing start off on new routes in the next episode. They kind of end at the same time. But Sholmes has like 3 bad ends plus the normal end, and so I'm curious on how long that video is going to be. It's been a long time since I've done an endings video for Code Realize because there's no endings in the after stories. So let's see. I actually don't know how long this chapter is going to be. They have to rescue him and they have to have their good ending all in this. Not good ending, but like they have to wrap up the route all in this one chapter. In London, in the woods of Greater London, St. Germain's mansion is located on the plot of land where many aristocrats own a villa in this relatively safe region. He is now on the wanted list as one of the members of Lupin's crew, assisting in the escape of the culprit who killed the queen. It would be politically difficult to lay a finger on him, a nobleman of France. Or it should be, but... oh no. For the fate subordinates of Aleister, such a thing was never a concern. All they must do is obey Aleister's orders. The order to capture Cardia and her friends who hide in this mansion. All part of Lupin's plan. Without any idle chit-chat, the soldiers dressed in black leap the wall and land in the courtyard one after another. Then, just as they're about to invade the mansion...
oh yeah.
They were expecting you. Oh man, he's ready to fight.
他人の家に無断で上がり込もうとはマナーがなっていませんね。
At least there's some fighting going on in here. Like, I was really disappointed at the end of Victor's route when there was like a standoff on the bridge with Idea and everyone else and no one fought.
どうやら人間の中でもこいつらは特にたちの悪い連中と見えるな。
Treaded by the swift slash that shines brightly, or beaten by the violent wind in the shape of a small person. Situated and Dracula II stand in their way as Twilight soldiers drop like dominoes.
まったくルパンも人が悪い。まさか私の屋敷を戦場にしようとは。
I know, how dare he.
しかし、その甲斐あって結構な数が連れているようだぞ。見よ。
Even while the two are talking, the masked soldiers appear one after the next. The numbers that have invaded the premise will exceed 100. Oh my goodness.
これは随分と団体でいらっしゃいましたね。
That's nothing Saint Germain can't handle, though.
人間どもなど物の数ではないが、これは少々骨が折れそうだな。
Dracula II mutters as he shakes his head. A light that illuminates the surroundings like day brings with it an explosion, rattling every window in the mansion. And then, the young man who activated the explosion switch sticks his head out, wincing.
ちょっと配合の量間違えたかな。
Good job.
フラン、今のはやりすぎではないか。
Saint Germain is like, please don't.
はてさて、今ので何人お亡くなりになりましたかね。
人聞きの悪いこと言わないでくださいよ。
He's like, I don't want to kill anyone.
見た目は派手ですけど、絶対に誰も死んでませんってば。音と光がメインで、殺傷能力はゼロですよ。
Indeed, the role is diversion. By deliberately leaking their whereabouts so that they can draw a portion of the soldiers and public while we infiltrate. That was the role given to these 3.
他のみんなはうまくやってるかな。
Infiltrate the castle. Palace.
奴らのことだ。心配は無用であろう。
Palace, not castle. Buckingham Palace.
それよりこちらも忙しくなるぞ。少しでも奴らを楽にするために思い切り暴れてやろうではないか。
そうですね。さて、侵入者の皆さん、ご覚悟を。私の屋敷を汚した罪は重いですよ。
Oh no. After everything we've seen Saint Germain do in this game, like, that would terrify me. That is no empty threat. Meanwhile, while Victor Saint Germain and Dracula II fight on land, we are high in the sky.
エンジンよし、コードよし。はあ、このコード系最新型じゃん。つうか、これ結構いい船じゃね？こんなんどこで手に入れたのよ。
He stole it. Where else?
それはま、ちょいっと襲ってきた空賊どもをな。この泥棒紳士アルセーヌ・ルパン、自分の都合で盗みはしねえが、降りかかる火の粉は払う主義でね。
Lupin and Impy are conversing aboard the our ship. Victoria and Lionheart accompanying them, they stand by in the high skies above London.
まさか我が輩が泥棒と共に宮殿へ乗り込むことになろうとは。
いつぞやの叙勲式を思い出すわね。でも分かっていて、泥棒紳士。宮殿周囲は空挺騎士団が警戒しているわ。あれを突破し宮殿に乗り込むのは至難の業よ。下手をすれば撃墜される。
わーってるっての。そもそも俺たちは必ずしも突入に成功しなくたっていいんだからよ。本命はうちの姫さんご一行。俺たちはあくまでサポート役だ。
そこな。そりゃこの役だって大事には違いねえけどさ。
But that leaves Cardia, Van Helsing, and Watson, the artillery.
ルパンはここじゃなくて潜入組の方が良かったんじゃね？忍び込むのは泥棒紳士のお箱だろう。
バーカ、あえて俺がおとりをやるからこそ意味があるんだよ。潜入の天才である俺が盤面をひっくり返す可能性のあるビクトリア女王と共に行動する。そしたら誰もがこっちこそ本命だと思うだろ。
Lupin flashes a grin and glares down at the palace far below.
仮に意図がバレたところで問題はねえ。おとりと知られてようが女王の存在を無視はできねえはずだからな。
よりによって英国女王御自らをおとりにしようなどとは大胆な。
だがこれが一番有効な手だ。文句はあるかい女王様。
あるはずがないでしょ。あの無礼な簒奪者を裁くためなら汚れ仕事でも何でも喜んでやらせてもらおうじゃない。
あらな、女王様もずいぶん頭にきてるみたいね。
この大英帝国は私の子供。子供を害されて怒らない母親なんているはずがないでしょ。
はっ、上等だ。
じゃあな、そろそろ行くとすっかね。ルパン、ビクトリアちゃん、あとついでにおっさん。おっさんとはなんだ。我が輩はランパール・レオンハルトだ。
Smiling wryly at Lionheart's reaction, Impy slaps his own cheeks to psych himself up and steers the ship. The ship releases its smoke beyond the clouds as it makes for Buckingham Palace.
さて、ジェームズ・モリアーティ。ルパン一味を敵に回したことを後悔しろよ。犯罪の王を名乗るならこの俺を倒してからにするんだな。
Lupin is excited. Man does not spend life in solitude. I have spoken such words to a certain man before. Indeed, humans are a social creature. As long as they live, they cannot avoid connections and relationships with others. Then, perhaps I may not be human at all. An unrealistic thought to be sure, but I sometimes can't help but ponder. I have always been alone. There was not a single moment in my life when I felt my heart connect with someone. No matter the criminal, the villain, anyone who looked into my darkness was filled with terror. Hence I was alone. For a man such as me, watching someone's death was my only comfort. Man does not spend life in solitude, but surely he will find solitude in death. A beautiful moment of despair when life is extinguished. There's unfortunately no way for that solitude to be shared. But even so, for me it could beguile the tedium that I am the only one who is alone. But never can I quench the solitude and thirst in the truest sense. Indeed, that's what I've always thought. However, one man had challenged the spider's web that I spun head on. My intentions, my thoughts. He investigated, read, understood it. A man that stepped in closer to me than anyone before him. London's finest detective, Sherlock Holmes. Holding on to a glimmer of hope, I throw out cases to him one after another. Difficult cases that deceive the eyes. Heinous cases involving many fallen victims. Unsolved cases that even veteran yards couldn't solve. But he unraveled every single one and had gotten close enough to be at my throat. It was almost like a professor giving out problems and a student solving them. Or like trading black and white pieces as we both made our moves. They were moments of supreme bliss. Only when I was locked in a battle of wits with he who understood me was when I truly felt alive for the first time. That is why when I learned of his death, I was about to throw everything away from the shock. Such was my shock that I, of all people, had neglected to confirm his death. Then a few years had passed. If only I could fight with him once more. I wouldn't even care about the outcome. I'd be more than content if it ended in a draw. No need to concern myself with whatever happens to the world after. If I think this way, I'm certain that so too he will. That's what I believed. But they're all blue and eerie looking now.
来たか、名探偵。
The center of politics of the British Empire. Still not sure how he freed himself with his hands tied up. A place where the king who rules over the kingdom should sit, the throne room of Buckingham Palace. Sitting upon its throne, I quietly watched the entrance open. The throne reserved for the King of England alone for countless generations. As if to defy that royal power, I squinted my eyes and crossed my legs with an offhand manner.
玉座に腰掛けて王様気分とは、君にしては随分と幼稚な遊びだね。
そう言わないでくれたまえ。自分でも分不相応なのは承知しているよ。事実、こうして座ってみてはいいが、あまり座り心地のいいものではない。横に並ぶ者のいないこの玉座は、支配者の傲慢と孤独を感じさせる。しかし、英国の歴史に土足で踏み入ったと思えば、そう悪い気分でもないがね。
I have no attachment to a throne like this, however. It's not as though I have any desire to take over the United Kingdom. I slowly stand and descend the stairs. My nemesis glares up at me with an expression of deep detest.
荷物は一通り取り上げたつもりだったが、どうやって牢から抜け出したのかね。
大したことはしていないよ。ただ少しばかり看守が間抜けだったというだけの話さ。これで君の希望通り1対1。 邪魔者が入ることもない。さあ、死んでいたはずの亡霊同士、決着をつけよう、モリアーティ。
邪魔は入らないね。本当にそう思っているのかね。だとしたら君にしては随分と甘い見立てと言わざるを得ないね。
And he's probably already aware of everyone else that's coming to his rescue. I sighed and glared at Holmes. And suddenly I hear the fierce sound of an explosion, followed by several pairs of footsteps.
予想通り邪魔が入ったようだよ。
He looks surprised. How far had I run since we infiltrated the palace? I wonder if Lupin's diversion is working, or perhaps there's another factor at play. There aren't very many soldiers. At least that wouldn't serve as an obstacle for Van Helsing, who tags along beside me. After we defeat the few that stand in our way, I see the figure of the one whom I've been looking for. Sholmes.
カルディア君、ワトソン君、それにバンヘルシング。なぜ君たちがここに？
Lupin and the others drew the attention of the enemy so we could infiltrate.
その隙に俺たちは宮殿の東からオーニソプターでちょいとな。
Wait, who piloted it?
宮殿の東。なるほど。セント・ジェームズ・パークかね。
I guess Cardia could have piloted it because she was trained under Impy anyway. Right, the western park of the lake neighbors the palace and the security is later there.
誰もまさか湖面スレスレを突っ切ってくるとは思わねえだろう。ついでに空と市街地でドンパチやってんだったらなおさらだ。
だそうだよ、ホームズ君。素敵なお仲間が助けに来てくれて、なんとも羨ましい限りじゃないか。
No. I completely deny Moriarty's sarcastic tone with a single word. Watson and I begin to walk towards Sholmes. Moriarty, you misunderstand. You didn't come here just to save Sholmes.
では、なんだというのかね。
We want to punch him. Moriarty makes a grimace as if to say that he doesn't understand. Ignoring that, is standing before Sholmes, Watson.
こうしに来たんだよ。
Punched him with all his strength.
あの時言ってた通り、今度は避けなかったな。
He did say that, didn't he?
で、ホームズ、殴られた理由は分かってんな。
ああ、まあね。私なりに理解はしているつもりだよ。
Sholmes makes a small bitter laugh, his knee still on the floor. What about Cardia? I step closer all the way, smiling and gently reaching out my hand. Sholmes?
あありが。
Oh my goodness. Right as he stands up, a nice sharp sound rings out around us. Perhaps Sholmes or even Moriarty wasn't expecting that as their eyes go wide. I bring my hand back down to my side and glare at him with a sharp expression. Herlock, Sholmes, you're the greatest detective, right? Your job is to deduce people's thoughts, solve mysteries, and reveal the truth hidden deep within. So, expose what I'm feeling right now.
怒っているのかい？
Yes, I'm upset. Very extremely upset about your selfish actions. But I gently take his hand. I'm glad that you're all right. As I hold his wounded hand, I fall to my knees. This hand, his hand, this is the hand that protected me. The hand of someone dear to me. The hand that I've hurt. I'm sorry, Sholmes.
謝るのは私の方だよ。すまない、カルディア君。
A hand is gently laid on my back as I break into tears. But as if in ridicule, the sound of one man's clapping echoes through the chamber.
くだらない茶番をありがとう。君たちが来ると予想はしていた。狙い通りの流れではある。だが、分かっていても腹立たしいものだね。余計な横やりが入るというのは。
はっ、てめえをイラつかせられたならここまで来た甲斐があるってもんだ。
We all stood at the ready, but
私に話をさせろ。
I forgot he was there. But Helsing, who had been silent until now, pushes us aside.
アレスター。
おや、久しいね、バン。元気にしていたようで何よりだ。
たわごとはやめろ。私がなぜここへ来たのか、お前には分かっているはずだ。
さて見当もつかないね。君は何に怒っているのやら。
ふざけるな。なぜ全てを私に黙っていた。吸血鬼殺しという同じ罪を背負い、家族を殺された同じ傷を受け、フィニスという同じ仇を憎み、我々は同志ではなかったのか、プロフェッサ
ー。同じ仇か。フィーニスならば私が殺したよ。君の言う生き返ることも絶対にない。これで満足かね。
That is true. You're the one who killed Fitness.
ああ、ホームズ君が生きていた以上、彼はもう古いおもちゃだから捨てただけさ。バンヘルシングともどもね。
どういう意味だ。どういう意味だ。答えろ。
答えろも何も今言った通りの意味さ。君とて頭のどこかではもう理解しているはずだ。それを頑なに認めようとしないのは認めたくないのだろう。自らの中で描き上げた復讐劇が全くの見当外れだったこと。
ではやはり
そうだとも。仲間のことは信じてあげたまえ。私は悪党で犯罪者で君の家族の仇だ。
アレスター。
Following his shout, blasts were fired repeatedly. Not rock salt, but lead shot, deadly shrapnel with a very high killing capability. Though a single shot could blow one to pieces if hit directly, Aleister calmly walks through the blast. He even wears a smile as if to say he's enjoying himself. How?
狙いがなっていないな、エイブラハム・ヴァン・ヘルシング。かつてのようにまた教えてほしいのかね。銃の撃ち方も人の憎み方も。
黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ。貴様は貴様だけは。
見よ、 私はすべてのものを新たにする。
Aleister looks like he mumbled something and Van Helsing's movements stop. The raging storm stopped as if it was never there, and he stood in a daze. Van Helsing, what's wrong?
よりによってバンを連れてきたのは失敗だったね。
I was wondering if he was going to control him in this one. But I don't remember it at all, and I'm like, well, I mean, they could bring out that element of Van Helsing's story here, but this is about Sholmes, so I wasn't sure. Oh no. As Moriarty grins, Van Helsing slowly turns towards us. An ominous light dwells in his eyes, red like blood.
伏せろカルディア君。おい、てめえ何のまね。
Sholmes, Watson. The two were cut down by the stock of the gun, sent flying in succession. Defeating the two in the blink of an eye, Van Helsing glares at me with an empty expression.
よくやった。だが、バン、まだ仇は残っているよ。
よくも母さんを弟を。
And Helsing's eyes were shining sharply at this point, as if to see something before him that was not there. Yes, almost like Jack's eyes from behind his mask. Moriarty, what did you do to Van Helsing?
昔からの仕込みだよ。こんな形で利用することになるとは思わなかったがね。
I forgot he was behind like everyone else's hidden strength too, so yeah, it makes sense that he would pull out Van Helsing as his last weapon. Makes a pretty good conflict for everyone fighting him.
そんなことより、君は自分の心配をすべきでは。
Moriarty slowly draws closer. Responding to his pointed malice, I immediately take an offensive stance. If I can use my poison in a close-range battle, I may have a chance. But Moriarty stops right there and takes something out of his chest pocket, showing it to me. Oh no, a pendant.
もともとはフィーニスが持っていたものさ。彼の遺品ということになるのかな。
A red gem that shines faintly. The color is the complete opposite, but it has a luster similar to my horologium. The moment it came closer to me, the horologium pulsates intensely.
このペンダントは君の覚醒を早める効果があるそうだ。人の皮をかぶった君が皮を脱ぎ捨て真の怪物となれるようにね。実際こうして使ってみるまでは私も半信半疑だったが。
Oh no.
どうやらフィーニスの言葉は真実だったようだ。
It felt like the scorching heat of molten metal being poured directly into my chest. The feeling of my poisonous blood pouring out of my chest, bubbling and boiling. Unable to withstand this agony, I collapse.
カルディア君。
Without calling for help, without crying out in pain, my consciousness falls into darkness. Well, that was anticlimactic. Now I can't see the fight.
さて。
Okay, I guess it'll go from someone else's perspective, I guess. The preparations were complete. Oh, he's carrying her. Carrying the collapsed Cardia, Moriarty begins walking to the back.
私は先に行っているよ。 ホームズ君。バンを殺したら追ってきたまえ。
Licking his tongue as his nemesis walks away, Sholmes makes a grimace. The entirety of his plot is not yet apparent. But what he can deduce for certain is that he, the Napoleon of crime Moriarty, doesn't have a single reason to return her back safely. I was going to settle everything myself to avoid this very scenario. It'll all have been meaningless if she's harmed. He jumps and starts running. As if to restrain him, countless shards of shrapnel rain on him. Aw, he wanted to settle things so she wouldn't get hurt.
おい、大丈夫か、ホームズ。
無事とは言い難いね。
くそってね。軍にいる時から人間兵器の噂は聞いてたが。なんだよ、あの化け物は。倒せるとか勝てるとかそんな次元の話じゃねえぞ。
ヒドゥンストレングスだ。被験者のトラウマを刺激することで脳内のリミッターを解除させ、人間の限界を超えた力を発揮させる。モリアーティの研究していた外道の術だよ。
ああ、要は人に人をやめさせる術ってことか。道理で言葉も通じねえわけだ。
ああ、私もヒドゥンの影響下にあるものと一度だけだが戦ったことがある。狂気に染まった者に言葉は通じない。彼女も肉体が壊れるまで暴れ続け。
She? Is that his wife?
苦しむ彼女を楽にしてやるには殺すしかなかった。
おい、そいつはまさか。
And Helsing and Watson exchange gunfire.
そこか。
話は後だ、ワトソン君。また来るぞ。
Watson's marksmanship is top tier. Sholmes is also confident that his skills in martial arts are world class, even so it was mere child's play in the face of their opponent. Before them, the ultimate weapon of the United Kingdom, Abraham Van Helsing.
くそ。おい、どうすんだホームズ。いくら隠れても時間の問題だぞ。
ああ、分かっている。
My brain as a detective calmly tells me of our situation. No matter my calculations, it's impossible for us to defeat Helsing. If there is an opening, then...
彼は今、モリアーティの暗示により自分のトラウマと戦わされている。彼の言葉から分析する限り、家族を殺されたことに起因するトラウマ、それを何とかできれば。
家族か。
ワトソン君。
だとしたら俺にも一つだけできることがあるな。相棒、ここは俺に任せろ。
Watson grins brightly as Sholmes points his thumb up in response, and then... Watson slowly comes out, bracing himself as he stands motionlessly atop the rubble.
よーく聞きやがれ、エイブラハム・バン・ヘルシング。てめえの家族を殺したのはこの俺だ。
Why would he believe that though? Aleister told him the same thing. As if in response, Van Helsing's pupils dilate to their widest. It's a fierce look, wrapped in hatred that one would hesitate to even look at.
貴様か。貴様が母を。弟。はあ、いい目をするじゃねえか。いいぜ。 憎いならかかってきやがれ。
So what, you're just gonna get yourself killed while everyone else runs away?
何のつもりだワトソン君。君が殺されるぞ。
何のつもり？そんなのここに突入した時からとっくの塔に決まってんだよ。悪党を倒してめでたしめでたし。シャーロック・ホームズシリーズの新作の締めくくりはこれしかねえってな。
His cheeks, arms, and legs are struck by the deadly shot, sending his body flying. He rolls from the fierce impact of the blast, stands, points his gun, and fires. Even as the human weapon draws near, paying no heed to the gunshot, Watson never so much as flinches.
行け、ホームズ!
In order to unleash his best friend from the shackles of the past and push him forward,
てめえに言いたいことは無数にあるが、今俺は忙しいんでな。とっとと前に進みやがれ。
Sholmes knows all too well that it would be mean to leave Watson here. His instinctive brain calculates that Watson's chance of winning is as close to zero as it gets. Even so,
ワトソン君、死ぬなよ。
せえ、いい男はそうそう死なねえんだよ。
making a small laugh, Sholmes turns his back to the scene.
貴様を殺して私は家族の仇を討つ。
The muzzle of the shotgun that connotes death heads his way.
わかるぜ、お前さんの気持ち。
Turning his body and dodging, he repeatedly fires his gun, aiming at Van Helsing's arm. Faster than the muzzle of death bearing down on him, his own bullets divert the muzzle. Watson stands his ground against the hero Van Helsing, exchanging gunfire.
家族を殺されるってのは何より悲しい、何よりも辛い。だけどな。 一番辛いのはてめえじゃねえ。てめえが復讐に狂う姿を天国で見てる家族の方だろうが。このバカ野郎が。
The story, when it was told, made it sound like his wife got caught up in a fight between Holmes and the enemy, but if she was hidden strength this whole time, that must have been really painful for Holmes, and the fact that he didn't even want to share it with Watson. How long was I unconscious? 5, 10 minutes? It doesn't feel like it was that long. The stabbing pain in my chest is no longer there, but it's clear that the pain had not disappeared, but only gone in deeper. Is this on top of the palace? The nice breeze brushes against me, cooling my body that generates an abnormal amount of heat. I lift up my head weakly. The roof of Buckingham Palace. As if to indicate the Queen's absence, the Union Jack flutters in a solitary manner. James Moriarty is alone there, staring off at the far cities of London.
見たまえ、カルディア君。ここからはロンドンの街並みがよく見える。実に壮観な眺めだとは思わないかね。
At one of the blocks of the Greater London, lights flicker every now and then. That's probably the light from Victor's explosives. I'm sure that St. Germain, Victor, and Daly are still fighting there. Look to the sky where many airships dance. Shaking the air from time to time is the sound of cannon fire. Lupin and Impey, Victoria and Lionheart. In the sky, they're battling fiercely against the aerial knights. The light of the battle flickers in the sky, on the ground. They represent the sparkles of life of my friends and everyone who's fighting for me, responding to my call. I have to fight too. The enemy we must defeat stands before me, but... My sight wavers. As if I had become a real doll, I can't put any strength into my body. The only thing I can do is listen to Moriarty's speech.
私はこの町、ロンドンでホームズ君と出会い、幾度も戦ってきた。
It's time for the bad guy's monologue.
私たちが生きた街並みが一望できるこの場所が、私と彼の決戦の場所にふさわしい。
Why? Why are you so fixated on Sholmes?
決まっている。彼こそが世界で唯一、私の孤独を癒してくれる存在だからさ。
You know, you wouldn't be so lonely if you would have seeked out a companion in a normal way.
彼と私はよく似ているからね。兄弟のような親近感を覚えるよ。
But you dare equate a villain like you with Sholmes. Sholmes follows justice and fights evil. He's different from you who embraces crime.
さすが、人形は言うことが違う。人の心も、人の世も、まるで理解できないのだね。正義、悪、それは誰が決めた。そんなもの、所詮は同じコインの裏表に過ぎない。その立場は容易に揺らぎ、裏返る。例えば、君たちにとっては明白な悪である、切り裂きジャックこと、ジャック・ブラックマン。彼は、違法な生活を送る娼婦たちを浄化することこそが、正義だと疑っていなかったよ。
That's because he had fallen into madness. He was the only one who believed in that justice.
これは異なことを言ってくれる。自分は正義のつもりだが、他人から見れば悪という意味なら、君の師匠であるルパンとてそうだろう。本人にどんな美学があろうとも、世間から見れば、彼はただのコソ泥だ。
That's...
そういえば、今はホームズ君もそうだ。何しろ彼は女王の暗殺犯だからね。
As if to signal the end of the idle chit-chat, Moriarty draws closer to me. It's different from Jack, yet he also is so familiar. Exchanging words with him, what he's saying is in fact logical and coherent. Except for that Sholmes is the Queenslayer, because he's never touched the Queen. There's a profound fear in the fact that it's impossible to relate to, impossible to understand. Not knowing what he is thinking makes a chill go up my spine. Moriarty, what is it that you want? What are you trying to accomplish?
以前も言ったはずだよ。私はただ、この孤独を共有できる理解者が欲しいのだよ。生まれてからずっと私は一人。この孤独を理解できる者などいないと思っていた。だが彼は名探偵シャーロック・ホームズは私の闇へ踏み込んできてくれた。私は歓喜したよ。私だけを見てくれる真の友がついに現れたと。だが。
Alistair's hand suddenly grabs my neck. His head inevitably scotches, beginning to make a terrible odor. But his anger far exceeds that pain, and he throws me with all his might.
トソン君が彼を孤独の淵から引き戻してしまった。その責任は取ってもらうよ。
He puts a hand on my shoulders as I coughed and whispered to me with a voice that almost has a kind tone.
カルディア君、君にはホームズ君が私と同じところまで落ちるために協力してほしい。
Using her against him is cheating. I don't know what you're planning to do, but it's no use if you're planning to take me hostage. Him and I just met recently, so I have no value as a hostage.
ああ、わかっているとも。
Whatever. You understand you have lots of value as a hostage. Understand what?
シャーロック・ホームズという男はね、過去の事件以来、他人を事件に巻き込み犠牲にすることを何より恐れている。君もワトソン君から聞いてはいないかね。ホームズ君は縛られている。いや、呪われているのだよ。親友の妻を死なせ、友の幸せを閉ざしたことに。私から見たら実にくだらない話だが、だからこそ彼はこの事態を見過ごせない。必ず君を助けに来る。だが人質は君である必要はない。仮に誰であろうとホームズ君は助けに来るさ。
He talks so slowly that I've interrupted him so many times, changing dialogue that I thought he was done with. I wish he would talk faster. Oh no. My labored breathing must be due to the Herlock game's awakening. The reason for this pain in my chest must also be because of that process. But what's causing my vision to blur like this? I was so happy that he treated me like an ordinary girl. I was so happy that he ate my handmade scone even after learning of my poison. I was so happy that he endured the pain from his own body burning, never letting go of my hand. I am probably drawn to him. But what am I to Sholmes? I wonder if there's any reason that he would love me. I knew, but my chest hurts.
そう悲しむ必要はないよ、カルディア君。ホームズ君がいなくとも、君にはルパンがいる。バンがいる。ビクター・フランケンシュタイン、インピー・バービケーン、サンジェルマン、ドラクロワ2世。あんなにもたくさんの仲間がいるじゃないか。だがね、私にはホームズ君しかいないのだよ。
Because you're not a good friend to have.
だからどうか彼を私に譲ってくれないか。
Moriarty is serious. Words from the very bottom of his heart, so sincere that it gives me chills. But you're insane. I was about to waver against such words. Sholmes is Sholmes. Lupin is Lupin. No one can be replaced. He's not someone who can ever be replaced.
ああ、そうだとも。そもそも私にだって選ぶ権利がある。勝手に譲ったりされるのは心外だね。
I know who'd want to be your friend. Sholmes. He's covered in wounds, but an intense light dwells in his eyes as he glares at the nemesis before him.
随分と早かったね、名探偵。バンは殺してきたのかな。
あいにくと犯罪者でない者を断罪する権利など私にはないのでね。ゆえに君に対しては何の躊躇もいらない。ここで裁きを受けるがいい。
Slamming his wounded leg on the ground, Sholmes closes their distance in an instant. He sends out not a fist but a palm. Twisting his body from the sharp blow aimed at his chin, Moriarty flashes his saber. Failing to dodge the strike, a small flower of blood blossoms and scatters from Sholmes' shoulder.
裁きというのは私を殺すということかね。ならば大歓迎だよ。何しろ私は君以外の誰にも殺されるつもりはないのだから。とはいえそのざまで本当に私に勝てるのかね、シャーロック・ホームズ。
Warding off the saber that gets thrust at him, Sholmes takes one step closer. But he can't close their distance. The movement of Sholmes, who was wounded all over, was clearly slower compared to when he fought Jack.
さあ、これはどうだ。
Sholmes.
大丈夫だ。この程度で。
Assaulted by Moriarty's kick to his abdomen, Sholmes springs up to break his fall. His face contorted when his hand touched the ground indicated that the wound from my poison hasn't healed yet. Someone dear to me is fighting, risking his life, but why am I?
ホームズ君、君がそれだけの傷を負っても立つのは一体何のためかね。宿敵たる私を倒すためか、自らの掲げる正義のためか、それともその少女を守ろうとするためか。
その全部さ。私は案外欲深いようでね。
That's funny. I'm greedy.
あれほど遠ざけようとしたものが今目の前にあると思うと、こんなにも大切に思えてしまうんだよ。
なるほど。それが今の君か、ホームズ君。気に入らない。気に入らないな。
It's okay, you don't have to be.
親友の妻を殺した後の君はもっといい顔をしていたというのに、私を失望させてくれるなよ、ホームズ。
Sholmes. As I desperately struggled to move, Sholmes, the man I fell in love with, slowly collapses to the ground before my eyes.
メアリーが死んだとき、私は君に教えたはずだ、ホームズ君。守るべきものが多いということは、それだけ弱点が増えるということだと。それを忘れてしまったというのなら、私がこの手で思い出させてあげよう。
Aleister draws near. He holds the crystal of malice that Finn is left behind. The scarlet-covered gem shines eerily in his hand.
待たせたね、カルディア君。ようやく君の出番だ。
Oh no. The horologium in my chest begins to emit a light so strong that it dyes the surroundings. It's as though my heart is exposed, eating through me its shell as if it wants to escape. A cry forces itself from my throat as the horologium continues its violent act inside of my chest.
カルディア君、何をしたモリアーティ。
フィーニスが遂行していた計画を一部引き継がせてもらっただけさ。彼は面白い土産を残してくれたからね。
Souvenir.
彼女の胸で輝く猛毒の宝石はこのペンダントによって覚醒を迎え、やがて賢者の石へとその姿を変える。私は万能の力を持つ石ころになど全く興味が湧かないが、残された資料によれば賢者の石を生成する際には大量の毒素がまき散らされるそうだ。それこそ一つの町を丸々覆い尽くしてしまうほどにね。
それはつまり。
Aleister grins, distorting his face with a malice that can't be hidden. Moriarty waves across the city.
ああ、そうさ。君の思う通りだ、名探偵。彼女が怪物と化すと同時、このロンドンは死の都となる。誰も何も生きることなど許されない。絶望だけがひしめく死の都。なんとも甘美な響きだろう。
I shudder. The level of damage would be catastrophic, but the way this man before me speaks so merrily is even more disturbing. I've thought about it numerous times now, but I'll never be able to fathom the depths of this man's darkness. My trembling doesn't stop. Do you understand? There's nowhere to run with the poison that engulfs the whole city. I become a complete monster, you'll be the first to die.
それが何だというのかね。この町が滅びてゆく様を見ながら、まき散らされる死と絶望をめでながら、それらと共に死を迎えられる。実に素晴らしい出来事だよ。
どこまでも狂った男だ、ジェームズ・モリアーティ。ロンドンに住まう200万の市民を死での道連れにしようというのか。
Dragging his body, Sholmes approaches Moriarty once more. His wounded arm hanging at his side, he sends out a leg sweep that brushes the ground. But dodging effortlessly, Moriarty lets out a mischievous laugh and points slightly to me.
ホームズ君、戦う相手を間違えてはいないかね。私を殺したところで彼女の覚醒は止まらない。ならば今君は何をするべきか。今この場での最善の手は一体何か。賢い君ならばよくわかるだろう。ここで殺すべきは誰なのか。誰を殺せば最小の犠牲でこのロンドンが救われるのか。
Just stop already. Moriarty grins at my cry, stabbing a glance of amusement at Sholmes who lay on the ground. Like a tutor teaching his pupil, bending his lips into a grin.
彼女を殺すもよし。200万のロンドン市民をすべて見殺しにするのもよし。法の番犬、正義の味方を歌う男が、その手で滅びの引き金を引く。こんなに素晴らしい見せ物は他にあるまい。さあ、好きな方を選びたまえ。そして自らの手でしがらみを断ち切り、私と同じところまで落ちてくるがいい。シャーロック・ホームズ。
You demon. From my throat that gasps in pain, anger and vexation takes shape and begins to overflow. In the far distant city area of London, countless lights flicker like stars. Under each of those lights exists the happiness of the people who live in the city of London. The happiness of so many that I too have seen while living here. Those flickers of happiness that outnumber the stars in the sky, and the undeserving happiness wished for by a monster. The two could hardly be weighed. London's finest detective, Herlock Sholmes, exposing those who commit crimes, and the just judge and enforcer of the law. Please, I want you to.
それ以上は言うな。
Sholmes' fingers that to trickle blood touch my lips as I try to continue. The scent of burning skin arises for a split second. As I move my body away quickly as if to be repelled, Sholmes forces a smile.
もし次に行ったら、そうだな。今度は唇で塞いでみせようか。
Dang, he would kiss her even though it burns. Why? Why would you?
私は以前言ったはずだ。君は自らの命を恥じる必要などないと。頼む、カルディア君。どうか私を嘘つきにしないでくれ。
Gonna make me cry. Sholmes' feeling makes me so happy. But now's not the situation to be saying things like that. Because before us stood the Napoleon of crime, his eyes filled with a chilling cold.
時間がないぞ、名探偵。
He's just back there watching you guys like have your little private moment. He's just like everyone's about to die.
君は彼女を殺してロンドンを守るのかね。
いや。
では、ロンドンを滅ぼすと？
いや。
ならば、どうするのかな。君には二つの道しかない。彼女も殺さず、ロンドンも守る。この後に及んで、そんな都合のいい話など許されると思うのかね。
ああ、そうだね。笑えてしまうぐらい都合のいい話だ。だが。
As he clenched his teeth, Sholmes slowly assumes a fighting stance. Just as he had said, even cracking a smile.
私の一番の親友はあいにくと、そういう都合のいい話が大好きでね。だから私は、君を倒して、ハッピーエンドを迎えようと思うのさ。この物語を締めくくるために、ね。
brown. What follows is silence. Moriarty doesn't respond to Sholmes for several moments. After a long silence, he gazes up at the sky. Staring at the moon that shines high above, he mutters,
ああ、久しぶりだよ。こうも悲しいと感じるなんて。やはり私と分かり合える人間はこの世にはいないのか。
Sounds like you should just give up and die then. Perhaps Moriarty was even shedding tears. In his eyes that slowly fall to the earth, there isn't even a tinge of anger to be seen anymore. What seeps out instead was void. Staring fixedly at me with his indecipherable crystal-like eyes, he quietly speaks.
カルディア君、君の覚醒を一時的に止める薬があると言ったらどうするかね。
I remembered this about 30 seconds ago. I'm like, there's an antidote, I think, in this route. There's no way I could trust you now. Even I who can spend a short time with him can tell. This man is capable of lying without changing his expression at all. In fact, he is the kind of person that can even kill in the same way. On that extreme end, it gives me hope that there's even a possibility of stopping the process, even temporarily. Aleister shakes his head and even smiles with an expression that can be described as forlorn.
いいや、悪党の誇りにかけて誓おう。この件について嘘など言わないと。不測の事態があった際の対抗手段が用意されるのはそう珍しいことではない。そして間違いなくフィーニスの残した資料には確かにその薬の存在が記されていた。もっとも彼はそんな薬に何の価値も見出さなかったらしく存在な扱いだったがね。
It makes sense. It sounds convincing that Finnis wouldn't place importance on search of something that would be a benefit to me.
その薬はすでに私の手で生成してとある人間に託してある。それが誰かなどもちろん私以外は知る由もないがね。
それを私たちに教えてどうする？君にメリットがあるとは思えない。
簡単なことだよ。君が私のところまで来てくれないならあとは絶望を持って慰めとするだけだ。そう、希望があってこそ絶望は深くなる。強い光の影こそ最も闇が深い。希望を裏切られた今の私が絶望の果てにいるようにね。
As he takes his gun from his pocket, Sholmes braces himself.
自分を倒したらありかを教えてやろうとでも言うつもりかい。
Moriarty makes a light smile at Sholmes' half-joking words. And then, laughing with a face that looks like it's on the verge of tears.
まさかいつだって私は最高の絶望を求めているのだよ。
Points the gun at himself. What?
まさか。
これでもう私から答えを聞き出すのは不可能。さあどうする名探偵。
モリアーティ、貴様は。
そうだよホームズ君。私は君のその顔が見たかった。
He's completely lost it, as he shots numerous bullets into himself.
これでいい。君と200万もの人間が道連れだ。もう寂しくはない。私は一人ではない。
Those were his last words. Moriarty slowly falls into his eternal solitude. He falls to the ground with a thud. Who could say what he was thinking in his final moments? But there's a side to me that couldn't help but feel sadness for his passing. That was kind of anticlimactic. You could have just not refused to say, even after you were defeated. You still would have got the fight that you wanted, right? But whatever. Why did Moriarty say such a thing?
奴の死に思うところはあるだろうが、すべては後で考えよう。今は先にやるべきことがある。
Yes, you're right. The matter hasn't been resolved at all, and in fact, it's only gotten worse. Holding down my pulsating chest, I desperately look around. Moriarty said that there's an antidote that stops the awakening, but isn't there a possibility that it was a lie?
いや、奴の性格からして正解はある。私たちがたどり着けるかは別として。
Alright, then let me think. Because Sholmes said so, I have to believe in those words too. As I endure the dull pain, I think about a way to protect the city. The ticking of the second hand pounds in my head mercilessly. Do I have 10 minutes left? 5 minutes? Or perhaps the next instant? The time when my body turns into a complete monster, the time when London turns into a city of death, it approaches with each passing moment. It's an inevitability at this point, no matter how much we lament. Desperately enduring the malice that threatens to overflow from beneath my skin, I force my limbs up that behave against my will, standing up unsteadily. Sholmes, there's no time.
ああ、わかっている。ほぼ奴の思惑通りとはいえ、今はそれに乗る以外に手はない。問題は、奴が薬を誰に託したかだ。
As Sholmes mediates on the subject, I desperately begin to think as well. Trusting that this antidote exists. The one most likely to be entrusted with the antidote would be himself, obviously. It's funny, the normal end is no choices. Was there even a choice for no choices? I don't know. Moriarty said that he entrusted it to a particular person, but perhaps we can interpret the statement itself as a lie. He never believed in anyone else but himself from the beginning to the end. Then he get closer to the deceased Moriarty and began searching through his pockets. No, I can't find it. A spare monocle, a pen, a notebook. Only unrelated miscellany and not a single clue. Sholmes lightly puts his hand on my shoulders to calm my panic.
やはり本人は持っていそうにないね。
Right.
だが、その着眼点は悪くないかもしれない。
Ultimately, I couldn't find it. Time nears its end even as we strain our brains for a solution. At this rate, it really will. As if in response to my panic, my vision suddenly shakes.
大丈夫かい？
Of course, I just felt a little dizzy. I give Sholmes an awkward smile as he catches me, but I knew as well as anyone, my body won't adequately move anymore. The toxin that threatens to overflow from me constricts my entire body like a snake. It gradually chases my heart into the depths of despair.
カルディア君、一つ頼みがある。
Oh wait, I know who has the vial. Did you think of something?
あ、賭けではあるが、私を信じてくれるかい？
Of course.
一瞬も迷わなかったね。
As he chuckles with a wry laugh, I respond with a small smile. Sholmes, you've always believed in me without hesitation, right? Such as when he ate that scone that I made with these hands. When he grabbed my hand when we were escaping with the ornithopter. Without a hint of hesitation, he reached his hand out to me. So now it's my turn. I'll do anything, so tell me. I'll do whatever I can.
いい返事だ。なら。
Sholmes. It's different from the time he leant his chest before. It's an embrace not from my own imploring, but his. Sholmes quietly sighs, hugging me in and putting his hand around my back as if to say there should be no space between us. Get back, I'm already turning into a monster.
断る。君は今、何でもすると言ったばかりだろ。
It's a distance where another one's hair would intertwine. A distance where only a few layers of thin cloth separate us. Feeling the strength of his emotions, I squirm my body in bewilderment. Why so suddenly? There's no time. We must begin running immediately if we are to search for an answer. Unless... Did he already give up? Because there's no way to stop the poison, even for the great detective? Is that why he at least wants to show me human warmth? As I shrink from the chilling surmise, Sholmes mutters quietly.
一つ聞いてくれないか、カルディア君。ワトソン君の幸せを奪って以来、ずっとモリアーティを倒すことだけを考えて、私は生きてきた。タワーブリッジの上でも、群衆に取り囲まれた時にも、本当は何としてでも奴との決着をつけるつもりだったんだ。
Even if it meant your life.
ああ、その通りだよ。だが、君のことを考えると、どうにもこのせいにしがみつきたくなった。まったく、なんだろうね、この気持ちは。巷で名探偵ともてはやされた私が、何より自分自身の心を推理できないとは、まったく呆れたものだ。
Sholmes laughs in self-ridicule. He gently brings his cheek closer to a place where it barely touches.
カルディア君、君にならこの気持ちの答えがわかるのかな？
Yes, I think so. because that feeling must be the same as mine. It was a heart that had sprouted in each other's chests. But it was a sprout that had infinitely expanded, one that can no longer be hidden.
そうか。ではその答えをはっきりさせるためにも絶対に生きなければならないね。
Sholmes' hand wrapped around my back, touched my shoulder, caresses my arm, traces my spine. Without concern about my subtle trembling, Sholmes suddenly speaks.
ところで、モリアーティはどうしてこんな状況に私たちを追い込んだんだと思う？
Isn't it because he wanted to see us struggle?
そう、その通り。犯罪捜査に重要なのは犯人の心理に近づいてみることだ。闇を覗き込むような行為ではあるがね。
With that in mind, Sholmes breathes in as he talks softly.
奴の行動は常に一貫していた。私を苦しめること、孤独の淵へ追い詰めることに。ならば今、この状況で、私を最も苦しめる方法は何なのか。思い出してくれ。奴が何を言っていたか、覚えているかい？
その薬はすでに私の手で生成して、とある人間に託してある。それが誰かなど、もちろん私以外は知る由もないがね。
That's what he said.
そう。モリアーティは私を否定した上で、徹底的に打ち負かそうと願っていた。
Then, as he brings his gaze briefly to his deceased nemesis, Sholmes strokes my hair, combing his fingers through it. No, not quite combing.
もし私が薬を見つけられなければ、きっと奴はこう言っていただろうね。私はとある人間と言ったはずだ。そう言われたのに、カルディア君を選択肢から排除したとするならば、それは君自身が無意識のうちに、彼女を人ではない、ただの怪物だと認識していた、という証明ではないかね。
Sholmes' hand that was digging through my hair stopped, and I feel a tickle on my neck. And then,
やはり、ここにあったか。
rolling atop Sholmes' palm is a small glass vial filled with a faintly shining liquid. Strangely, the soft delight causes my heart to calm down. Is this the antidote that Moriarty was talking about? Did he put it there when I was unconscious? To say that it was right under my nose all along wouldn't be too far off the mark. I never thought he'd entrust it to me.
大胆で皮肉が効いていて、それでいてとても有効な罠だ。まったく君らしいよ。だが私も負けるわけにはいかなかった。心を寄せる女性の前で無様な真似は見せられなかったからね。
As he makes a small laugh, Sholmes opens the vial's lid. Sholmes graciously holds out the vial and a faint, sweet scent spreads.
さあどうぞ、お姫様。これが解毒薬でなかったら、その時こそ、モリアーティを恨むとしよう。
If this is going to kill you, then let's die cursing him. Right. There's no time to hesitate. As I accept it with shaking hands, I quickly gulp down the contents of the vial. The liquid goes through my mouth into my throat. The sweet and gentle liquid passed through me and begins to spread around my chest. It was as if the flower in my chest was taking in the liquid through its roots. From my heart that beat joyfully, the brilliance begins to gradually disperse. The blue brilliance that takes away lives slowly undulates and subsides. Sholmes, is there anything strange about me?
もちろん普段通りの麗しい君のままだよ。
That was cute. What?
ああいや、変といえば変だね。顔が普段より随分と赤いようだ。これはおそらく
Adorable him teasing her. You don't have to do something like that. Although as I make a pouty face, I can't hide my face's loosening expression. The awakening has stopped. It may only be temporary, however. But for now, at least, I won't end up destroying London. Thank you, Sholmes. Then with a force as if to drown out my gratitude. Oh no. Accompanying the frantic sound of footsteps are the stern-faced faces of soldiers.
なんだこの惨状は。そこのお前たち、ここで何があった？待て、そいつ、シャーロック・ホームズじゃないか。ホームズだと？
宮殿に乗り込んでくるとは。今度は何をする気だ、女王陛下の敵め！
Time for the queen to show up now. Sholmes, this isn't good. My eyes meet his as if to ask for help. You who overcame myriad difficult situations with the resourcefulness surely must have a plan now as well. And then, smile. With a big smile, he speaks in a loud voice.
さて、おとなしく捕まろうか。
Are you not thinking of a solution at all?
この状況で打てる手は何もないよ。あとは運を天に任せるしかないね。
He knows that the queen is safe, so he's just going to wait for her to release him to the heavens. I let out a sigh and look to the sky just in case. Then I'm speechless. Huh? Or just wait for the queen to come out of the sky, I guess. Something colossal, so large that it blocks out the moonlight, casts a shadow over us. What's wrong with you? With a goofy cry, a burning airship comes crashing down. Well, there you go. That airship, could it be?
ルパンたちの船だろうね。しかしこの分ではもう。
Wait, the queen was on the burning airship. What? No, it's not true.
仕方のない犠牲だったんだ。私たちは前を向いて歩いていこ
う。He's accepting this so easily. I think he knows that they're not dead.
だ、でが。仕方のない犠牲だから。勝手に殺すんじゃねえぞ。
Lupin.
おやすまない。恋敵を亡き者にするチャンスかと。
I knew he was saying it on purpose. That's funny that he acknowledges Lupin's feelings for her. Objecting against Sholmes' nonchalant remark, others start crawling out of the wreckage one by one.
ちょっと乱暴になっちゃったけど、女王陛下お届けに上がりました。
Lionheart's going to scold you.
ちょっとで済むか。陛下の身に何かあったらどうする気だ。
この一味と行動していると命がいくつあっても足りないわね。
おい、これってどういうことだ。
あれ、陛下じゃないのか。レオンハルト兵長もおられるぞ。
静まりなさい、親愛なる兵士たち。
Oh, she's mad at you.
英国女王クイーンビクトリアの名においてこの場での戦闘を禁止します。 そしてこの国に何があったのか、今私の口から説明するわ。
As Victoria declares in a sonorous voice, the soldiers salute. As I watch, I finally weakly sink to the floor. Does this mean that we're saved?
ああ、ワトソン君の言うところのめでたしめでたしさ。
That's cute. Speaking of Watson, how is he faring down there? We'll just assume that he lived as well. So that is the end of Sholmes' main story. So I mentioned something in another episode how I feel like his story didn't get as much attention as the other ones did, and I mean, yeah, it's in a fan disc, and he only gets like 5 chapters, so there's not a whole lot they can do, and they focused more on the detective side of him, and the romance side of his story was kind of like an afterthought, I felt like. But there was some really cute moments, like, you know, confronting her about his past and the fact that he admitted that he was attracted to her at the end, but I don't know. I think he had lots of potential to be a really good romance interest like Lupin, especially when you see the teasing, the playful side of him come out at the end of the chapter. Unfortunately, I don't even think he's in the 3rd disc. I don't think he gets any extra stories in there either, so this is like all you get. And I don't even remember what his endings are like, so I'm looking forward to reading those and remembering what was in those. But I know I did feel disappointment when I read his route the first time, mainly because the poison didn't get cured, so we couldn't get a kiss CG or any kind of physical CG like that, just the hugs, and it's just cute and all, but the romantic in me wished fondly for it. Never got it. Whatever. May not have time right now, but I want to try to get the endings recorded as well. There's 3 bad endings and a good and a normal end, so I want to get his endings recorded and get Raoul's common route recorded and probably release them on the same day, just because the common route, there's not very much extra stuff to read besides a date and some extra dialogue, and both videos are going to be relatively short, so it'll be easy to get them edited and released at the same time. So look forward to that. As always, if you guys enjoy, drop a thumbs up down below and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.